Hey guys, SeetherCord here, and welcome to today's newest video. For today's video, we're going to be analyzing a tweet. Yes, we are indeed running out of ideas for this channel. Oh god. The tweet we'll be looking at today is from Twitter user known as @MokoriYoshiPon. Sorry if I butchered your name in any way, shape, or form, I'm sorry. And the reason that we'll be looking at this tweet today is because the furry side of Twitter made this post explode with over 3,000 favorites and nearly 1,000 retweets. The post that we will be discussing is a chart examining the differences between good furries and bad furries. So with all of that discussed and out of the way, let's now begin. The first thing that I want to bring up involving this chart that I really enjoy is the demographics. I like how when it comes to the age, gender, ethnicity, species, education, and occupation, there is no limitation to how you can either be the coolest person ever or a complete scumbag in the furry fandom. I like that a lot. No discrimination whatsoever. The next one we'll be looking at is money. Good furries save up money to buy a fursuit, while bad furries steal money to buy new fursuit to get more attention. Yes, I definitely agree with this one here. Good furries do act responsible and work hard to save up their own money to buy a fursuit. However, bad furries in this case aren't just limited to stealing. They can also have super rich parents and have their parents buy it for them, or they can just be irresponsible and spend their college tuition or their rent money for the month to buy one. The next one we'll be looking at is when it comes to Twitter. Good furries simply report and block when they feel uncomfortable. Bad furries, however, get into the dramas that they're not involved in originally and make call-out tweets without clear evidence, but never apologize when the target was not guilty. I'd say that this one is also pretty accurate, because the furries that tend to be the most liked and respected are the ones who don't get too involved on Twitter. Now typically the bad furries who do this tend to either get too political, when for the most part they don't really know what they're talking about, / don't actually care, or it's usually that something bad goes down at a convention and then they get into beef with others over it. So again, pretty accurate, and just shows how Twitter is one of the worst social media platforms on the internet. No doubt about it. The next one we'll be looking at involves keeping your suit clean. Good furries obviously keep their suit clean, while bad furries make their fursuits stink and leave you-know-what stains. I'd say that this one is very accurate as well. The reason I believe this is because when it comes to seeing other furries at furry-centered conventions, there will be these furries who either get a little too involved with other suitors behind closed doors, which is fine by the way, I'm not judging there, but when they get back on convention grounds, they do not at all wash them or clean off, and it's definitely disgusting. Not even with just inappropriate stuff does this apply to bad furries. There are also furries that just never wash their suit after multiple conventions and you can smell them from at least 10 feet away. Anyways, it's horrible and very true, but props to furries that stay on top of being clean with their suits. The next one will be on the subject of poodling and expressing opinions. Good furries state, I personally do / don't poodling, but I don't force others following my way, just we need to be considerate in each situation. While bad furries state, I do / don't accept poodling, and if you don't follow my opinion then you need to off yourself. This one I wouldn't say applies to just poodling per se, but also to any real situation involving having an opinion. Good furries, or really just good people in general, understand and respect other people's opinions and aren't jerks about it. And bad ones basically are just like, you're wrong and I'm right, so you. Some people just don't have any respect, dude. Anyways, to conclude this one, pretty accurate. The next one will be about hugging other fursuiters. Good furries ask before giving hugs to other suitors, while bad furries grope in hotel lobbies at cons. Yeah, this one is definitely true as well. A lot of people in the fandom fail to realize that even though there are a lot of people in the community that are a lot more physically open, consent is still a thing, and some people in this fandom are not fully open to touching and such. And some of these furries who are very sexually open and sex positive still don't realize that not everyone is open to humping and groping, myself included. Another reason for this is not just people being uncomfortable, but also some fursuiters who don't want you touching their fursuits because the suits can be fragile and have expensive materials that can easily be damaged. Some of these suitors will have signs on them saying, please don't touch, and if they don't, then please just ask permission first. The next one will be on the subject of gas money. Good furries pay for the gas when someone gave them a ride to a convention. Bad furries pretend like they don't have money and always ask free rides to cons, and then they tweet, just ordered my new suit, squishy face. I've never personally heard of situations like this happening before, but I could say that it is possible that there are instances of this occurring around the time of conventions. This can relate to certain furries in the fandom not being responsible with their money, for example, which could then relate to them putting all their money towards their fursuit. This last one is the only one that I'd say I disagree with when it comes to being a bad furry. Excluding the last one though, definitely agree with the last one. I wouldn't say that typing okay or hi or using certain emoticons that is signature for the furry fandom is bad, because I love using UWU and OWO because they're fun and they give them personality when you text to someone. To conclude this last section, this is the only one where I partially disagree with. And that overall wraps up my video basically analyzing the topics of good furries versus bad furries. Overall, I think that this Twitter post is really accurate for the most part, and even though there's a little bit that I disagree with, for the most part it's pretty good and I agree. There will be a link down below in the description to this person's tweet and Twitter page, so definitely go and check them out. How do you guys feel about the topic of good furries versus bad furries? Do you guys agree with my opinions? Do you guys have any opinions yourself of what makes a good furry and what makes a bad furry? Let me know down in the comment section down below. If you enjoy my content and want to further help out my channel, please consider donating to me on Patreon and my Ko-fi. Also, please consider hitting that like button, turning on that notification bell, and subscribing all together. I've been SeetherCord, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Second.
Did I? Oh, I finished second.
Look what happened to the fourth place pink. Poor thing.
That one looks like poo-poo.
No!